Here's a 3/4 inch thick piece of basswood that I turn into 3 Red Ruffed Lemurs. So my design starts with me drawing in my lemurs and any vegetation and trees that I want to carve. And I make sure I outline the lemurs in red and all the vegetation in green. This way, as I'm cutting out on my scroll saw, I know where to stop the cuts. I also make sure I take time to put in some little markers where I'm going to drill in pilot holes, because these are all inside cuts for the scroll. Using a simple hand drill, I just make some pilot holes just thick enough so I can get my blade in. I'm not doing any super intricate cuts, so I just drill as big as a hole as I can, so it's really easy to get the blade in and out. So the machine that I'm using is this Dewalt 20-inch variable speed scroll saw. I'm so happy that I purchased this. I went with all the bells and whistles. I got the light, I bought the stand. I use this thing a lot, so I know that I just want to have it set up. I can just pull it out easy and it's ready to go. It also comes with this little blower, the air blower, which is super useful. You can see you can change the angle of the table. It's like most scroll saws, and it has these really awesome tool-free blade clamp, that one on top and one on the bottom. So it's really been an awesome saw. So I figured I'd give like a little review and demonstrate how this works. So I'm going to start by unscrewing on the bottom just to demonstrate how you can actually put the blade just so quick down. You tighten it back up, check for your tension, and you're ready to start cutting. So with the unit on, you can hear the different variable speed. For a 3/4 inch board, I found that a slower speed, about 3, was a great speed. I took it really slow. There were a lot of little leaves and intricate pieces that I didn't want to break off, so on this piece I was going slow and steady. Sped up, you could see the movement of the board a little easy. I'm just turning the board. I'm always maintaining a nice even pressure on it, so there's no bouncing of the board. It's an important thing. You want to make sure you're always putting pressure down on it. Also, because I'm carving this, I didn't do really intricate cuts along the leaves just yet. I kind of just blocking out the carving, and I'm mainly just worrying about cutting out the lemurs right now. Those are going to be the first things that I carve, and then I can always go back to the leaves and just carve those back. If I cut them out to begin, things always have a tendency to break off. So I kind of tested the limits of this 20-inch scroll saw. On this board that I'm using, it's actually 27 inches long, so it was kind of just within the limits of the saw. I think anything larger, I just would have not been able to get to some of my pieces. You'll kind of see me wrestling with it. I have to lean back, and it kind of hits my belly once in a while. But I just had to get creative. A lot of times I would have to back out of a cut and just try from a different angle. So again, just like I said before, you just take it slow and steady and you make all the cuts. I feel like a lot of scroll saw videos, I'm really super impressed by the guys who can cut things out in one pass. But kind of as I'm demonstrating here, this is a very important part of the carving for me. It's where this lemur's reaching for a fruit. So I don't want anything getting chopped off. So I'm just going slow. I'm going to cut out one piece at a time, and then I'll go back in and recut things. For me, it's getting it done in one pass is awesome. It's time consuming, but it's not necessary for getting a nice cut. So I can't say enough how much I enjoy using this saw. It was the first thing I bought after I sold my first big carving, and I know it's something that I'm going to use for a really long time to come. It's dependable. I've had it about a year. I've had no issues, and I really expect to have none for a really long time. I love using it. It's so easy to use. My favorite feature is definitely that quick blade change. I could just zip through these rough outs where in a previous saw that I had, it just took forever to change the blade to do these inside cuts, so it just makes it a breeze. So this is the first of a series of videos that I plan to put out of how I carve these Red Ruffed Lemurs. This first video is dedicated to the scroll saw and how I kind of rough out my carving. And then eventually in the future videos I show how I use carving, pyrography, and paint to complete them. So these Red Ruffed Lemurs were real fun. I've really enjoyed this project, and I hope you want to stick around, subscribe, and you can catch the next set of videos. Thanks.